What? You want me to say that? Seriously, I don't think so. Okay, here they are. Hello everyone and welcome to the very first tutorial on this channel that I managed to make after 5 years.
You finally did it, man.
Yeah, I don't know what took it so long.
You're fat, you're slow, all of a sudden you're lazy.
I'm a professional procrastinator, but I'm not lazy. Anyways, so this tutorial is all about how you can convert your bad or flat looking photos into the moody and contrasty ones by using just one tab of Lightroom. Just one tab? Seriously? Is it even possible? Okay, let's try this. So this right here is the library module where you can just import your photos. So just click on the folders tab and click on the add folder. From here on you can just navigate to the folder wherever you have kept it on your hard disk and just select that folder and click on that select folder button. You can just uncheck or check the images whichever you want to import and then click on the import button. Now that the files are imported, just select one of the files that you want to develop and just click on the develop module. These are all the various tabs that help you edit your photos at various levels. But today we are going to discuss about just one basic tab. Now these right here are the various options available in the basic tab that help us to improve the flat photos and get them contrasty look and some punch to it. Let's start by analyzing our image. Here we can see that the highlights are a bit blown out and our model is a bit underexposed. So let's start by balancing these two essential things first. I'm gonna boost the shadows to around 80 and that will give me a subtle recovery of the subject. Now these values are independent depending on the camera you use and its dynamic range. And then I'm gonna lower my highlights a bit. Do not overdo as it will affect the highlights on the skin as well and might result into a flat looking image. And we just want the opposite. So just try the settings according to your pictures and I'm gonna keep it around somewhat 50. And then I'm gonna boost up the white point to add a bit of shine on the skin and lower down my blacks to add a more contrast to it. Now make sure not to lower down blacks too much as it might result into the loss of details in the darker area of the image and we don't want that. Add more contrast to the image by using the actual contrast slider. Let us take it up to the mark of 30 and this looks good for now. Now this picture was clicked during the time of sunset and you can see the sun behind those trees. So I'm gonna give a moody warm look to the image by just moving the temperature slider towards the warm tone. Okay, so that is too much. Let's lower it a bit by sliding towards the left. Yeah, that looks good. The sunset usually has a magenta tone to it, so let's add that magenta tone by sliding the tint slider towards the right or the magenta side. Let's keep it to somewhat 10. Okay, that seems quite right. Now everything seems fine to me apart from the overall exposure, so I'll give it a touch of values and that looks perfect to me. The overall exposure is an exception depending on an image, whether you want to increase it in the beginning of the workflow or afterwards like I did here. Now let's get down to the presence group. This is where we add punch to the image. So let's start by increasing a bit of clarity. Let's say around 15, okay. Here is the before and here is the after. And it's already looking very good as compared to a flat raw file. But I'm still lacking those vibrant colors. So let's add a lot of vibrance to it and let's take it around somewhere between 50 and 60. And 55 looks good. Now the saturation seems a bit too high as we boosted the vibrance. So let's bring the saturation down to somewhat between 15 and 20. Okay, 18 looks good. And here is the before and the after. And have a look at that. It has got contrast and the punch and a moody look. That's it. That's what we wanted. Here's the same image that is actually a JPEG and it has got color cast to it. So how are we going to color correct and remove this color cast by using the same basic tab? Let me show you. Click on the basic tab and select this white balance selector tool. How this tool works. All you have to do is find a neutral color, that means a color that should have been white or neutral gray or a color that has the RGB values closest to one another. Like this tree here has a neutral gray kind of tone. And look at the RGB values. They are quite closer to one another. So just click on that spot and the magic is done. It's almost color corrected, and that's what the type of tone we are going for. Now make some basic adjustments to the contrast, shadow and highlights, and if necessary to the saturation and vibrance and the exposure as well. Now this is the before and that is color corrected image. That's it from this video. Hope you guys like it, and if you did, hit that thumbs up and share it. There are going to be a lot more videos on various tutorials, movies and TV show reviews, so make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you want, the bell icon as well. I want to take this moment to thank all the people around the world who are working to save lives in this pandemic, and I request you to be wherever you are. So stay home, stay safe and save the world. Thank you.